Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Over all my years of doing this channel, I realised I've never done an actual full week of triathlon training. Well, that's about to change. That's what this video is all about. Stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. Starting the week off on Monday, obviously. I try and get up at 6 o'clock every morning and do a couple of hours of work in the morning before I do any sort of training, just to make sure that I'm confident that I've done an alright amount before the day actually continues. First session of the day is a swim. So I'm just heading out to the uni now. Weather is pretty minging, so I'm gonna have to drive. It's really, really nice and valuable to be swimming with the squad, and I'm obviously very grateful to be able to be in this position and to swim with this squad. It's fantastic. So it makes life a lot easier swimming with athletes that are far better than you. I've always said, you know, if you can train with a group that's far better than you, yes, it's gonna suck, but you will become such a better athlete in a shorter period of time. And yeah, it's just brilliant for progression, definitely. Just coming up to 5:10 now. Swim is done. I quite like training in the evenings. I'm having coffee, 5 o'clock. It's quite late for a coffee, isn't it? But otherwise I won't want to do this session. So I'm having my coffee. I've got an hour and a half on the bike, some race pace intervals, and then I've got a gym session afterwards. Loved to do 2 hours out on the road, but again the weather was really not very good, so I ended up doing 2 hours on Zwift. Not the most enjoyable thing in the world, but just adding a little bit of bulk mileage. I always intend on getting on the bike early and giving myself a good amount of time afterwards to get ready for swimming, but I never do. Always get carried away with work and everything else. Quickly gonna have some leftover chili, slightly random but whatever. I'm going to be swimming in 20 minutes. That's not going to go down well, but hopefully I don't chuck it back up. That'd be gross. Work, and also had to take my car to the garage yet again. Let's not talk about that because it's a sore subject, kind of frustrating me. But the swim was good. The swim was a VO2 and threshold swim, so the main set was 450s, kind of like best average off of 60, straight into 2-1s threshold off 90, and then one more final 50, kind of the back end, just pushing it up again off 60. The 50s I was doing about 30 to 32, and then for the 100s I was doing about between 70 and 72. Wednesday already, waking up feeling pretty good. This session is, I actually love doing this session, it's really cool. So there's a park about a 15-minute jog for me called Alexandra Park, and there are some steps leading up to the park which are very, very steep. I don't know how many steps there are, but there's quite a few. So it's a decent effort to get to the top, and then you can jog back around and loop it and do reps basically. So what I'm going to do is 6 efforts up there. First one, tempo effort, second one, 10k effort, and the third one, 5k effort. So ramping up in intensity, and then I'll do that twice through to make the 6 efforts. So it's a nice way to build in some really good leg speed going up the steps, and also some good strength as well. So yeah, I love doing this session. And then today I've got, after that I'll do 5 minutes easy, and then 10 minutes at tempo, like just the back end of the session, just after you've done a decent amount of work, just following up with some really good strong tempo running. So 10 minutes at 3:30 pace. It's really quite painful now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. First K, 3:32, so it's a bit slow. Second K, 3:24, so it's a bit quick. And then the last bit to add up to the 10 minutes was pretty much bang on 3:30. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Moving on to the swim, third swim of the week. And it's just long base intervals today, nothing too crazy, maybe some shorter turnaround stuff, but just basically moving the arms, getting some good distance in, again with the squad, which, like I've said, is really good. About 5K, nice aerobic stuff, quite quick turnarounds though. So main set was 200 off 3 minutes, and then straight into 450s, pull and paddles off 50, and do that 10 times. So 4K main set, 500 warm up, so 4.5K, and then a bit of a cool down, so 4.5, nearly 5K. Now I've got a gym session. Better get that done before I sit down and do some work, otherwise I will not get up again. Today I was meant to go outside and do zone 5 hill reps. Unfortunately, again, the weather was terrible, so I had to commit to the turbo, which kind of just is so boring. But hey, you get it done and it's effective and it's efficient. Legs are actually feeling pretty tired from last night's gym session and yesterday's run session. But yeah, we crack on. So I've got 6 by 90 seconds at like upper end zone 5, so like 380, 390 watts. 2 minute spin between. Yeah, do that 6 times and then a bit of a cool down, so it should be about an hour and 40. And then I've got 10K run off the bike. And look who showed up. People probably don't know who you are from like looking through the window. It's Chris! Get off my land. Chris has stopped by for like, he's doing a filming gig in Wales, and he stopped by to say hello. Hello!
And to like try out some things.
Yeah, so hopefully you get some cool footage. Anyway, let's crack on with this this video. Had a 10K run off the bike. Chris did join me, so this was, trust me when I say this was easy, this was Chris's pace. I'm joking, mate, I'm sorry. No, it was really nice actually to have the company. Chris came round and did some filming on the bike, and we went out on this really nice run. It was really, really good. Thursday evening, between 7 and 8, I coached with the Hot Chili Tri Club in Trowbridge. Fridays are always quite a daunting day for me because of the threshold swim. I swear, I do a threshold swim and I feel knocked out for the rest of the day. After a threshold swim, if I sit on the sofa, I'm not getting back up. Like, it's that hard. Main set was like 4 100s off 120, just cruising, like just coming in on like 118, getting like 2 seconds rest, going again, and then into 200, kind of pushing it on. It was off 250, but we were kind of going for it a little bit more. So coming in on like 220, 225, do that twice through, 100 easy, and then twice through again. So it wasn't a massive set. 100s felt like nice and cruisy, and then the 200s just really pushed it on. And then I had like 12 25s at the end, one on, one off, kind of going about low 13 seconds, a couple of high 12s, which was good. So yeah, good session. Now I need to go into town to get Lydia a birthday card for tomorrow. because I haven't got one yet. Oops. Today's session is tempo work. It's going to be, the main set is 7-6, 5-4-3-2, all at 320 to 330 per kilometre pace, all with 90 seconds rest between. So super simple, not super easy, but should hopefully feel good. Session done. Thank God. Absolutely crushed it. This tempo run was honestly one of the best runs I've had in months. It felt so good. Just incredible to be out and just to see those numbers. Like I did go a bit quicker than I should have done, but it just felt so smooth. It felt so good, and I'm still on a little bit of a high now, a couple of days later from that. So yeah, really chuffed with that. I did have a gym session in the evening on Friday. I didn't actually film anything because I didn't specifically do a gym session. My legs were absolutely knackered from that run. So I just decided to do some activation, some mobility stuff. Wow, haven't been up this early for a while. I wouldn't normally get up this early to do training on a Saturday, but the reason is it's Lydia's birthday and I've got 3 hours on the bike to do, and I thought it was a bit of a piss take doing that in the middle of the day during, you know, the hours that she's awake during her birthday. So I've got up really nice and early. I'm going to get 3 hours on the turbo done. The weather's terrible today anyway, so I wouldn't have gone out anyway. So I'll just get it done nice and early, and then we can have the day together and we can celebrate her birthday. Oh, I'm going to be knackered.
Colin!
It's not actually a Colin.
Oh.
I couldn't find one, so I got the closest to one, which
So like
is...
a Charlie or a Cuthbert
It's
something.
what's the name? It's Wiggles the Caterpillar. That's what it is, not a Colin. That's what we got.
Yay!
Ta-da! Woo! Oh yeah, also I couldn't get any pins for these, so I just had to get a knife and just dig into it. So there's loads of bits everywhere. The candles didn't come with a spiky bit, so I just had to like fucking get in there. Oh well. Actually going to show you now a screenshot of this week of training, and as you'll see, everything is really nice and green, everything's going well until Saturday. Now I'm going to blame this on Lydia for having her birthday on that day. It's your fault. Yeah, it was going to be a full green week. It was going to be about 25 hours, over 25 hours of training. And unfortunately, so I woke up with all good intentions on Saturday, getting 3 hours in, and then I thought, I'll come back from Bristol, I'll be a little bit tipsy, I'll go out on a run, it'll be fine. Did not feel good enough to run, felt pretty hanging to be honest, so didn't run. I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll just do a bit longer on the Sunday. Woke up with such a bad headache and felt horrible. And then Lydia's parents came round and we went out to town with them, and I'm making all these excuses. Basically, I butchered the weekend's training, didn't get it done, and it sucks. But I'm just gonna be, this is me being honest with you. This stuff happens. If Lydia's birthday wasn't that weekend, would I have got it done? I can imagine so. Yeah, absolutely. So I do blame it on Lydia. It's definitely her fault. Got some racing on the horizon, which is really exciting. And I hope to see a lot of you at those races very soon. So yeah, I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.